because you lie. Congratulations to Beyonce for winning her 2 Grammys. Keep up the good work, B. I'm definitely a part of your beehive. I respect you as a businesswoman, as a mother, as a black woman, as a independent, strong woman who is taking the world by storm, very innovative, always coming up with something different, and always coming up with something for your fans, and we love you. Hi, welcome to X Monday. I am Miss Monday. I am getting ready to go live and talk to you guys. The topic of today is love. Does true love still exist? So give me a minute, let other people join, tag a friend, share this video, and interact with me. Let me know your feelings of how you feel about love, and does it still exist in 2017? I gotta cut that off because, you know, they be hating. Alright, let's share. To a page, same routine. Every time. We're gonna share the shooting. But I think today is going to be a good show, being that tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and being that most people have been in love before, so everyone should be able to relate to today's topic. And if you can't relate, you will someday soon. You know. Because love is in the air. Can't you smell it? Or is that money? Or is that money, honey? Word. Is that money I'm smelling, or is that love? All right. Mom. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is your girl, the woman you love to hate, Miss Monday. I'm excited today. It's 1,000 reasons why. But anyways, hi and welcome to X Monday. You know I'm on here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Mondays, I'm on here talking about love, life, relationships, spirituality, different things that affect us on a regular basis. On Wednesdays, my fat butt is live working out for 20 minutes, even when it's embarrassing. I'm still on here live working this fat off. And on Fridays, which is my favorite, is Fashion Haul Fridays, where I showcase the things I bought for that week, and I give my viewers an option to buy. Okay, so now that that's out the way, let's talk about love. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and love is in the air. And I just want to know, do you feel as if true love still exists? Do you feel as if you're not in love, that it's a possibility that you could find a mate out here that will love you unconditionally and respect you and be the man or woman that you need? Is true love, does true love still exist? Is chivalry not dead? So that's definitely what I want to talk about today. And I'll go first with my answer on that. I do believe true love exists. And the reason why I believe true love exists is because I know the type of love that I have that I could offer a person. And I think there's other people like me who still believe in love and that don't really have a problem with falling in love, even though it's scary, it's exciting. You know, when you're in love, you just become a different person. Sometimes we say and do things that we wouldn't normally do, but we do it out of love. And I think we just go that extra mile when we're in love because we feel so inspired to not only make that person happy that is with us, but we feel so inspired to just spread love throughout the world, throughout, you going to work smiling, happy on cloud nine. The first thing your coworkers say is, you must have got some last night. Like, yeah, I did. Love is just contagious. And when you're truly being loved correctly, it just shows. You don't have to say a word. You just look different. Your smile is brighter. And your attitude is just so much positive. We all need love to thrive. And to me, love breeds love. So, yes, I do still believe in love. And am I in love? How could I ask my own question and blush? I'm going to say this. I am in love with the idea of someday falling in love with the person that I'm with. And I think there's different levels to love. I think that you can love a person and you can be in love with a person and you can have unconditional levels of love. And I think that it's a process, and I think it's something that doesn't happen overnight. So often we use the term love so loosely. We're so quick to say, I love you after knowing a person for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and the next thing you know, we're professing our love. And it just makes me feel like, is this person, I just feel like I'm leaning in the camera. It just makes me feel like, is this person serious? Do this person truly loves me? Or is this person just saying this because, I don't know. It's you have to try to identify what's love and what's lust. Because a person can just put it on you so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you have experienced having a sexual partner that was just so good in bed that you just looked at that person and said, I love you. And before you knew it, you find yourself falling in love with this person, but in all actuality, it's in lust. Like, I've been guilty of that, because then you sit down and think about, what else do me and this person have in common besides the bedroom? And if you don't have anything else in common, or if they're not bringing anything to the table besides good sex, then you have to reevaluate the situation. Is this somebody that I want to fall in love with? Is this somebody I want to date, or somebody I just want to have a good time with in the sack? And we have to be able to understand that every person you sleep with, to me, is not worthy of a relationship. When it shouldn't be that way, but it is that way. I mean, let's be honest, because sometimes the physical attraction is there and you just really don't think about what's next. You just think about that time at that moment. You want this person, the timing is right, and it's just sex. And then after sex, to me, it's when a lot of people try to reconsider things. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have slept with that person for whatever reason. And it's like, it's kind of too late. So sometimes we have to suppress our sexual urges and not just sleep with somebody because we have so much sexual attraction, but try to get to know that person a little bit, because sometimes when you get to know people, you realize that I won't even sleep with this person now that I know who this person really is. I'm guilty of that, and I just feel like now that I'm getting older and now that I'm trying to analyze some things in my life, I understand that just because a person is attractive, just because there's sexual attraction there, does not mean that you should just sleep with that person. Try to get to know that person, at least that person's last name. You know what I'm saying? Try to get to know this person and try to find out what this person believes in, what this person stands for, who this person got kids by. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes a big difference. And not only that, especially mothers, when you bring men into your home or to the life of your children, you want to have some type of idea of what type of background this person has. And that goes for male and female. So, love is not supposed to hurt. Now, I'm not saying that relationships don't go through problems or Sometimes, you can get brokenhearted by the person you love. But I'm talking about on a regular, consistent basis. If you love a person and they love you, they're not supposed to mentally abuse you. They're not supposed to be discouraging. They're supposed to be your peace. And that's when I think that's when you know a person truly loves you or cares about your happiness, is when they're supportive, when they're encouraging, when they are willing to compromise, and when they're willing to help you reach your goals. And it works both ways. Relationships should never be one-sided, because it takes two. Hi. Thank you. It takes two people to form a team, at least two people. So if we're both on the same team, we both have to constantly coach each other. You've got to think about it. Say before a game, the coaches are in there in the locker room and they're telling the players, okay, this is it. We got to go out here, give it our best, give it a good shot. And they're encouraging, and that's how we have to be in our relationships. We have to say, okay, honey, you got a job interview today. I made you some lunch, wrote you a little note, make the man a good breakfast. Be encouraging. It's just little things that you can do that don't cost much money that can really motivate your mate. So when they do leave out here in this harsh world, they, are covered, and they're covered by your good words. They're covered by your prayers for them, and they just feel confident about taking on the world because they know that they have that rock in that foundation at home. And that is important. And people always say, I love you, I love you, I love this person. We all see it. You see it on TV, you see it on Facebook, you see it in the life of friends and family. People are married cheating. People are in long-term relationships cheating, sliding in the next person DM, sliding in the next person inbox. And it's just, to me, that's a coward way out. If you're unhappy with your mate, or if you want to sleep around with different women, different men, be single. Don't put the person that loves you and that thinks that you're in a committed relationship, don't put them in that situation, because it's not right. That's not love. You can't say, oh, I'm so in love with this person, but right behind their back, you sleeping with somebody else. That's not love. It's just convenience. It's okay, I'll love you when it's convenient for me, but if I get horny or if I get bored, I'm going to sleep with this person over here and I'll be back. But at the same time, I won't tell you nothing. I'll do it behind your back. And then you come kiss home and kiss me and say, I love you. It's happened to me before. I've done it before. And it's not right. It's hurtful. That's not love. That's not the type of love we need right here in 2017. If we truly want to rebuild homes, if we truly want to rebuild relationships and marriages, we have to be honest. And, not to always play the black card, but so many times people say, oh, the black man isn't in the home. No, he's not going to be in the home until we all can be honest with each other. You know what I'm saying? Every woman wants a man, a father figure for their kids, a man to provide, protect, and profess their love. But no woman wants drama. No woman wants a man that's sleeping with everybody in the neighborhood, a man that's verbally abusive, a man that has no respect, a man that has no morals. It's hard to keep a household together when you're dealing with a person like that. So there is a lot of single women out here in America, in the world, and there's a lot of independent women, and it's not because they want to be single, but because they refuse to deal with the nonsense that's coming along with these relationships. And all men aren't that way. Thank God. There are some good men out here. But sometimes it's hard to come across men like that. For instance, I had 3 kids in my 20s growing up. I had 3 kids. And it wasn't easy to date men as my kids were growing up, having two boys and a girl, and I always could attract men, but to really find a man that was going to step up, come into the household, be a respectful person, and be a father figure to my children was almost impossible. Not because they didn't want to, but a lot of men don't know how to. And that all falls on us and how we raising our children. I try to raise my sons to know that it's a certain way you have to deal with women, and it's a certain level of respect you have to have. So if your father wasn't there for you, if your kid's father wasn't there for them, you want to raise your children, boys and girls, to be able to be a good parent and be able to know how to handle situations like this and be able to know how to raise a family and to be a productive member in the family. And that's another point. You see people in households together, raising kids together, but somebody is there physically, but they're not there mentally. They don't help the kids with their homework. They're not helping with the bills. They're not encouraging. They're not making love to you. They're not saying good morning to you in the morning. That's not love. Some people just there for convenience. And children watch this. So if you really want to set an example for your children, you have to really be mindful of the company you keep, and you have to be mindful of the people that they look up to. Because everybody don't deserve to be in a child's life, and everybody don't deserve to have that influence over a child's life. Because they're shaping and molding the thought process of these children. And you don't want your son to grow up thinking all women are bitches, or women deserve to be hit, or women's job is in the kitchen. You want a man in your child's life that can show him the real deal of being a man, the real deal about being a father. Not a punk, not a nigga in the streets, but a man. And that's what we have to raise. And that's how we're going to be able to put our households back in order. We can't necessarily worry about the men that's already grown and raised and doing what they want to do, but we can worry about the children that's in our household. We can worry about the effects that we have on the kids that we see every day, on the kids that we're raising, on the kids that we're able to reach. And if we start with them and showing them how to be a man or a woman, then the generations after them can all get information. But it has to start somewhere. It's kind of hard to raise a grown man, but you can raise your children. What talking about you? What? Well, what I'm talking about, I'm not sure what your question is, but what I'm talking about is love, relationships, family structure, respect, and instilling in your children how important it is to have respect for their mates and respect for themselves, because it all boils down to that. All of us were children at some point, and we all had different situations in our life that molded us, molded our ideas, and molded the way we think because of things we saw, things our parents might have been through, or not having parents in a household, or different things, and just kind of molded how we feel about the opposite sex. Some people were molested as children, raped as children, adopted as children. It just molds, all those little things just play a part in how you perceive the opposite sex once you become an adult. And it just plays a part. So that's what I wanted to say, Maximum, if that's your name. So anyways, not only that, back to love. I just, I can just go on and on, but back to love. Ladies, do you love the man that you with? Could you see yourself marrying the guy that you with? And what is it about this guy that you love? Could you live without him? Or do you need him to survive? And that's a good question. It's just a good question, because sometimes you be so mad upset, frustrated with your man. And sometimes he just make you so happy and make you feel so special and make you feel like the only woman in the world, right? So we have to ask ourselves, is this relationship worth saving? Is this relationship worth having? How much do I love this person? But guess what? You can love a person from a distance. You can go through so much with a person to the point that you have to separate yourself from that person. But the heart, it still holds on. You almost in a struggle with yourself because in your mind, you know, in your mind, this person is not the right person for you. You know, for whatever reason, he done played too many games, told too many lies, had too many side pieces, but your heart still longs for this person. Your heart said, call him, check on him, text him. I want to see him. I want to sleep with him. I got to get near him. But then your mind says, you deserve better than that. Stop allowing him to disrespect you. Stop allowing him to play with your feelings. Stop allowing him to sleep with all these women and then come get in the bed with you and want to have unprotected sex with you. Stop allowing him to beat you up and then try to hide your scars. You know, it's just crazy because especially as women, I don't know. We love so hard. We're natural nurturers and we meet men or have kids by men or marry men. And we try to be so loyal and we try to stick and stay through it all. We stick and stay through it all. It's like we get upset when he does something. But in a couple of days later, it's like, okay, I'm over it. I just want to work on my family. So then you have to ask yourself, is it him? Or is it me? Am I being an enabler? Am I assisting him in breaking my heart? Am I helping him destroy me? Or is this what love supposed to be? Because some people got the wrong idea of love. Some people truly believe that when a person loves you, they hurt you. You know? If he didn't love me, he wouldn't hit me. If he loved me, then he would always come back to me. That's not love. If I can go out and sleep with 5 different people and then come back to you, I wouldn't personally, but you know, a man is going to do it. He knows it. I remember my ex-husband telling me when I did finally leave him, I remember him saying to me, I never thought you would leave me. And I thought about that, like all these lies, abuse, women, phone calls, all kind of shit. You got the audacity to look me in my face and say, you didn't think I would actually leave you. So that just really made me think like, wow, once you forgive a person so many times for so many things, it's like they start taking it for granted. That's just like a child. You know, a child, okay, listen, go to school, be good. If you act up in class, I'm going to whoop you behind and get home. They go to school, they act up. Come home, I told you don't do nothing, but you say, I told you what I was going to do. So the child is constantly acting up, and every time the child comes home, there's never really a punishment. It's just words. And after a while, the words just sound like, it's just noise. So once he said that, it was a slap in the face to me because I'm like, damn, this man must think I'm the stupidest person in the world. Like, I've allowed so many things to happen and I still accepted him back into my life, into my home, into my bed, and with no type of repercussions. So after a while, he was just looking at me like I was just somebody that he could get over on, somebody he could use, somebody he could just bop in the head, and I'll be fine with that. So that was like my turning point in life when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, and when it comes to accepting things that I didn't want to accept, but I did it thinking I was saving the relationship, thinking I was saving the marriage, but at the end of the day, all I was doing was enabling him to hurt me. Yeah. And it's deep for me to think about it and like try to assess the situation. It just made me realize that forgiveness, it's one, you can always forgive a person, but that doesn't mean you have to continue to allow that person to do the same things to you. If it's making you cry, if it's hurting your feelings, if it makes you feel worthless, then it's not love. Okay? So, me. Love, 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 love. I tell my man I love him every day. And when I say it, I mean it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get caught up in another situation, relationship, or marriage that love is just a word. To me, love is an action. Show me. I want to hear it, of course, but show me. You can show me in just the things that you say to me, the things that you do, small things. I just want to see an act of love. And it's so easy to fall in love, but it's also easy to fall out of love. And once you fall in love with a person, to me, things never the same. And I think what makes a person fall out of love is broken promises, lies, a person that's sneaky and always getting caught in either lies or always getting caught in bad predicaments. And it's like over time, it's too many strikes against you. And when them strikes start adding up, it's like, maybe I don't love you. Maybe you not the man for me. And that brings me to this. I've dated a lot of people in my lifetime. I'm 40 years old. I've been dating since I was 15. And I've dated a lot of people in my lifetime. And I've dumped a lot of people in my lifetime. And people, they say, oh, how many boyfriends you had in 2016? I probably about 3. Not because I was being promiscuous or I wanted to date so many men. It was more so that I would meet a person. We'd talk for a couple of months and I would say, wow, I like this person. I want to spend more time with this person. I want to really get to know this person. And then as time go on and I really get to know these people, this person, it just showed me their true self. And at this point in my life, I'm not going to just accept anything. If I see that you don't believe in God, you don't have no type of spiritual connection, you don't take care of your kids, you a hypocrite, or you got some type of sexual predator look about you, it's something that I don't care how long we've been together. I don't care what you bought me because material things mean nothing, but I'm going to separate myself from you. If I see something in you that's not right, I'm going to separate, whether it's friends, family, or lovers. And I ended 3 important relationships in the last week. 3 people that I love a lot and that I've dealt with forever. I ended, and it's not necessarily a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, but it's just 3 people that are important. They still are important to me, but I ended this relationship because I just feel like this. Some people can be so toxic, and it's not. I don't know. Say I don't have any friends, but I don't have people that I talk to every day. I don't have nobody that I call and tell what happens to me on a regular basis. I don't have friends like that, and I'm getting emotional because it's just so real. And so the couple of people that I did have in my life, I just chose to delete myself from them because they're toxic. And I can't deal with that. And even if they're not toxic to me, but even on the phone, constantly calling with drama and drama after drama, that takes a toll on a person. I'm trying to be more spiritual. I'm trying to meditate. I'm a motivational speaker. I try to practice what I preach. And all of that comes along with keeping negative energy out of your life. Yes, true friends are truly hard to come by. And I'm not even in a position to have a true friend right now. I don't want a friend right now because I think that I just need to focus on what God wants me to do, and I need to focus on myself. So many times you have so many friends or family members that's constantly draining you of life, draining you of everything that's positive, and by the time they're done with you, it's like you're on E. You don't even have the energy to give yourself, or you don't even really, your mindset is just totally different. First, when you called me, I was in a good mood. After the conversation, I'm like about to jump off a bridge. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. So the point of that is to say this: if you have any relationships in your life that are toxic, that you feel are not healthy, or you feel that are just not getting you anywhere in life, let it go. You can love from a distance, and that's definitely what I'm learning. It's hard. It's hard. I feel like I'm on an island. I feel like I'm truly in this world alone at times. But at the same time, it builds character. It builds strength. And it separates the girls from the women. And it shows us what we can be and what we can create. That we don't need a bunch of people in our lives that's not beneficial. If you truly want to keep all the negativity out, keep all that gossiping out your ear. I don't want to hear it. Like I said, love breeds love and gossip breeds drama. So sometimes we can even put that towards relationship. The problems I go through with my relationship, I don't call people and say, oh, me and my man is going through this, me and my man is going through that, because for one, it's nobody's business. And when you do things like that, it makes the other person dislike your mate. Okay? Say you mad at your man, you call your friend, oh, Keisha, he done pissed me off, he slept with somebody. Now Keisha pissed. Now Keisha got a problem with your man. A couple days later, you back with your man. So now you calling Keisha, oh, I'm back with my man. She like, what? Not the same nigga that just did X, Y, and Z. You feel me? So now your friend has a problem with your man, and you and your man are made up. So it's not good to call people, friends and family, and talk bad about the person you're with, especially if you're going to choose to remain in this relationship. All it does is causes conflict in your friendships or with you and your family members. So keep your business to yourself, or tell God, or try to communicate with the person that you with. But once you start telling your business to your friends and family, it becomes a problem. Because the people that love you don't want to see you hurt. The people that love you are going to have a problem with anybody disrespecting you or hurting you. So be mindful of what you tell other people. And you can't get upset because you put this out there. We wouldn't know your business if you didn't tell us. So we have to be careful the things that we say. And it's nobody's business. Unless you're ready to leave that relationship and walk away from that person, by all means, call somebody, tell them what you're going through, tell them you need their support, and follow through. Don't get people involved if you're not going to follow through. So that's why I am on the island that I am on, because I have no time for nonsense, and I have no time for women who don't understand their power as a woman. As women, we naturally have power. And we do not have to be victims. We do not have to be subject to whatever a person is dishing us. Set standards. That's like the most important word of the day. Standards. Once you raise your standards, then you won't allow certain things to happen. I'll definitely raise my standards over the years, and that's why I can create the life I want. I can deal with the type of people I choose to, because my standards are higher. I know a certain class of people I'm not going to deal with. If I know that I want a man that's faithful and that comes home every night at a certain time, decent time, an hour, I'm not going to date a person that sells drugs. It makes no sense. If a person that hustles in the streets, they out in and out all times of night. They doing all kind of activities. Might got to take an out of town trip. Don't get a man that sell drugs and then get frustrated when he ain't the man of the year. His lifestyle his lifestyle does not even fit that criteria. How can he be man of the year when he's out here being a hustler of the year? So ladies, sometimes we put ourselves in those situations. We date people that we know can't give us what we need, and then we get frustrated when they don't. I'm guilty and I'm laughing because we and then that Facebook thing. You see this person on Facebook, he's popular, he's handsome, but you see he got all these other women on his page every day, and then you date him. Then a couple weeks later, he's right back to the same Facebook tricks. And now you frustrated. And now you mad. And now he ain't no good. But you knew that man wasn't no good when you slid in his DM, his inbox. So sometimes, lady, we create our own problems. And if you're truly looking for love, or you want to be loved the way you want to be loved, you have to know what type of man you even want. What type of man do you need that will fit in your lifestyle or fit with you and your family, that will, make you happy? And if you haven't been happy, stop dating the same kind of man. Sometimes we have to look outside the box. We get, so caught up in race and age and looks and what he's driving, how he dressed. We get so caught up in things like that, material things, that we can miss the man of our dreams, the woman of our dreams. We so caught up and try to have a certain image for social media that we just date people that look good on camera. But when the cameras are off and you log out of social media, who are you really dealing with? Who is this person? You have to ask yourself, who am I really dealing with? Yeah, you look good on camera, but do you have any substance? Are you truly the man who wants to see me happy? Are you a potential soulmate? Are you a potential husband? Are you a potential stepfather? It's just different things that we have to ask ourselves before we find ourselves in those situations. We have to pre-screen people. And I'm talking from experience because I've been through it. And now I've learned that if I'm pursuing a man, he definitely has to be somebody who has the type of qualifications that I look for. I look for a man that's God-fearing. I look for a man that's family-oriented. I look for a man that has goals. I don't care how old you are. I feel like every person should have a goal that they're trying to achieve. And once that goal is achieved, you move on to the next goal. I need a man that's sexually active. That's important to me. Now, that's important to me. I like a man that's spontaneous, and I like a man that looks at me like a queen, that feels I'm beautiful, that if it was a room full of women, I would still have his attention. And to me, that is very important, because if not, it's going to be a problem. Because when I see your eyes gaze, what you looking at? Who are you looking at? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want a man that I can change or raise. I want a man to come already equipped with the qualifications that I need him to have. And sometimes you never find that. So you can compromise, but don't compromise to the point where you're unhappy. And don't settle just to be settled. We all deserve happiness. We all deserve love. We all deserve attention and time, ladies. And I just wish the best for everybody that's in a relationship or that's on a journey to find love. It's out here. God created us all to fall in love and to love, to give love and to receive love. And it's important to me as well. And if I have to kiss 10 more frogs to find my prince, I don't mind, because I'll never give up on love. I believe in love. I believe in good people, and I believe that once I do connect with my soulmate, that we are both have so much to offer each other, and things won't be perfect, but it will be my perfect, you know. And that's another thing, we have to stop idolizing other people's relationships, because you just never know what people go through, you know, and you never know what people had to go through to be in that position. People married 20, 30, 40 years. I'm sure it wasn't a walk in the park. I'm sure every day wasn't sunshine. I'm sure it rained a few times. But they persevered. They worked through their problems, and their marriage is still alive and active today. And that's another thing. Like, far as relationship goes, I like an active relationship. It's just not, okay, we're together and that's it and I'll see you. No. We need to actively be together. Actively talk, communicate, attend church, go places, have dinner. You know what I'm saying? Rub my feet at night, I'll rub your back. Just always in tune. That's the word. Always in tune with each other. Always in tune with each other's feelings and emotions. Because it's important. The worst feeling in the world is to be in a relationship and feel alone. Yeah. That's like the worst feeling in the world. I've experienced that. And here you are with somebody in the same household, in the same bed, but you feel alone. You know, you feel like you're dealing with your emotions and everything else by yourself. And you're just a shell. You're just there. Or that person is just a shell. The person is there, but they're not there. They don't care. They're not asking you how you feeling, how was your day. They're not encouraging you. They're not trying to lift you in any kind of way because they've already checked out. So if you're sleeping next to somebody who's checked out, tonight, before or I don't know, don't ruin your Valentine's Day. But after Valentine's Day, sit that person down and say, you know what? First of all, let me tell you this. I love you. But lately, it seems as if you're not here with me. It seems as if you checked out the relationship and I'm the only person that's fighting for us. And you tell them, if you love me, then you will help me help us work on our relationship, work on our marriage, try to get things back to how they was when we first fell in love. And then you say, are you up for the challenge? And depending on what he say, then you go from there. Because sometimes we have to really get in a person's face without yelling, look them eye to eye and say, what's going on here? I need you. I need you. Come back. You know, come back to the side. Come back to my side. And let's talk about what's going on with us. Do you still love me? Do you still need me? Do you want me here? Because sometimes we just walk around with attitudes. Oh, I ain't talked to him in a couple days in the same house. No, it's about communication. But ladies, sometimes we have the wrong approach. And at the wrong time, when a man get ready to go hang out with his friends, that is not a time where he want to hear, where you going? We need to talk. No, because all that does is cause conflict. Pick a designated time where both of you guys are free and you guys can sit down without yelling and talk about concerns of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or you can even make your man a good dinner or run him a good bath, sit in the bathroom with him and just talk to him. You know, while you're giving him a massage, baby, you know I love you, but we need to talk about what's been going on in our household, in our marriage, in our life. Everything does not have to be a confrontation. You can get more bees with honey. And that's what I want to tell my ladies that's on this page, is that when you do have to confront your man about something or discuss something with your man as far as your relationship, don't always go into it yelling and swearing and belittling your man. Talk to him as if he's a man, not like he's a child. Because I've been guilty of that. And sometimes when you talk to a man like a child, he's going to rebel like a child. You know what I'm saying? He's going to say things that he might wouldn't have said if you approached him like an adult, like he's a man, like you have respect for him, but you still have issues that you need to talk about. And that is the approach that I take with my man. Even when I'm pissed, I might have to, count to 10. I'll count to 10 and then I reapproach because I don't want to lose that level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Certain boundaries you just don't want to cross because you can't, once some words come out your mouth, you can't take them back. You can't take them back. And it's like, damn, why did I say that? So I just want to say, I'm getting ready to log off. But listen, this is what I want to say. For one, have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And speaking of Valentine's Day, I'm always getting myself in trouble, but I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. So one of my male friends said they had a surprise for me. And the surprise is at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure what it is. I know it has to do with Valentine's Day. But being that I am an internet lady, when I go to his place, I'm going to go live. So all our Facebook friends can see what the surprise is, but hey, that's what I'm going to do. So I am excited. And tomorrow is V-Day, and I have plans with my man. So, Monday is side piece day. Tuesday, no. Let me stop. For the wrong person in the video, be like, oh, she's a player. No, I'm not a player, but I am a woman who can appreciate my male friends because my male friends are good to me and I am good to them. And you don't have to be sexual with your male friends. But at the same time, a woman, I feel like for men and women, I can't, just because I'm dating you does not mean every man in the world does not exist. I'm not living like that anymore. So many times I was in a relationship, or when I got married, I just stopped talking to all my male friends. Friends I've had for years that we've been through things together. I helped them through certain situations. They've helped me through certain situations. And I just totally dismissed them because the person I was with couldn't handle the fact that I had male friends. And that's life. People are going to have male and female friends. And I don't ever want to not have a male friend in my life. In regards to who I'm with, my man can be friends with my male friends as well. Because I feel like if I'm this person's friend, obviously it's for a good reason. And obviously this person brings something meaningful to my life, to my family's life, or to the table. So if you with me, respect my friends as well. So with that being said, have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And if you're in an unloving relationship, marriage, it's time to reevaluate that situation. Have your conversation with your mate. Don't be rude. Don't swear. And if you feel like you can't talk to this person, write a letter. Don't send a text. I don't like that. To me, text messages are it's just impersonal. It's just, you can't really express yourself in a text message. But if you really feel like you can't talk to your mate, write a letter. Go and buy a card and put your feelings in there, because it's telling the person, I love you, but we need to talk. And if you need any help from me, please feel free to inbox me or send me an email to xmonday1st@gmail.com. I can help you and talk you through this. If you want to save your relationship or if you want to end it, I am your woman for that. So with that being said, have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I will see you guys next Monday, 3 o'clock, same place, same time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it down there and share this video, because ladies, we about to get our mind and our bodies right for the summer. And if the guy you with ain't right, got to let him go before the snow melt, because we're going to be working on our bodies on Wednesdays and working on our minds on Mondays. So we're going to build up a Monday nation full of strong, independent, smart women with banging bodies. Holla. On that note, I got to go.